Hi there. So we are going to be making this book tree today. I think first thing I want to say is that this isn't about murdering books, which I know one or two of my friends think it is. It's about giving an unloved book a new lease of life and creating something that is fun and hopefully effective that you can use for this Christmas and many Christmases to come. Things like you can make this from books like this one here. You can make it from magazines. I've got a little magazine one here as well. So really any kind of paper that you have, you can make one of these from. So I'm going to do a little bit of a Blue Peter thing here. So first of all, you need a book or a magazine. If you're like me and you've been buying loads of stuff during lockdown, then you get these sent to you on a daily basis. So it's the same principle either with a book or a magazine. So I'm going to show you both actually. So for the magazine, you just simply take off the front cover and the back cover. And then you can see this well, you start folding. So take the first piece of paper and you fold all the way down like that. So it looks easy like that. And then you fold it again, so you keep the point at the top stays the point, and you fold it down again along the spine of the book or magazine like that. So it looks like that, and you've got like a little tail you can see. So what you do is then you fold that so that the book or the magazine lays flush. So once you've folded that, you then actually just sort of tuck it under. Very well along there, and then you've got your first page, and then you just can fold it down and then fold on the creases again. So you can do that a second time. So it's a case of folding along that spine, folding again, and then you're going to fold this the top here and then tuck it underneath like this, and then you just keep repeating. So for a magazine, it looks a bit like repeater. Here's one I've already done, so you can see here that just keep folding and folding and folding, and I have 2 pages left. So I'm going to quickly just go through those. So you again, just that one fold, second fold along the top, that's like that. A little bit tighter as you've kind of done a lot of them. Fold at the bottom. Tuck it in. And the last page, fold it like that. Fold it again. Last fold. Tuck it in. And then there is your book tree. And then you can just fan the leaves out a little bit. And then it's finished. And if you wanted to do this again for the book, it's the same principle. You take off the front cover. Actually, that also therefore means that you're taking off some of the spine, but actually I don't take it all off. And at this point you've got two choices. You can either, if you've managed to retain the spine there, just leave that, or if you haven't, then get some glue and then just glue it together and let that dry. So then it's exactly the same as with the magazine. So you fold your first fold like that, and then your second fold just like that. Tuck this up, and then you just tuck it under. And there is the first page. And then you move on to your second page, and you just keep folding and folding and folding. So what I will do now is show you this one here. So I've done, of this book, I think I've done about 139 pages. So I'm going to do, I'm not going to do anymore. I think this is enough for my book, for my tree. So I'm actually just going to tear off the remainder, she says, part of the book. You want to do this carefully so that you don't end up taking away all the glue, because if you're like me and you haven't then glued it in, so you just do that, and then here is your tree, and then you've got two choices. What you can do is, with a bit of glue, you can stick this first page here to the last page, or just leave it as it is, and there is your tree. And then the more pages you use from your book, obviously the fuller the tree looks. And then what you can do now is you can either just think, that's amazing, I'm going to leave it as it is, or you can embellish. So you can use all sorts of things. So I've got these little kind of stars. You can get these little pots like these, little snowflakes, and these other little kind of felt little shapes from Hobbycraft. They are £3 per pot, and you get quite a lot of decorations in them. Another thing that I've done is, out of just some gold card, I've just cut these little Christmas trees, or actually there's some little stockings here as well that I've cut, and also I've done that with some little red card as well. I've got some ribbon. You can use ribbon, it's kind of like tinsel actually, so just kind of drape it round your tree. You can use a selection of stickers, so I've got these little snowman stickers, these little Christmas tree stickers, things you've got knocking about the house really. Got a gift bag from last Christmas, so you could cut out some of the shapes, the little trees and the little kind of stars and little bits and pieces, and stick those on. I've got some twine here, little kind of Christmassy festive twine. You can use that again to wrap round, and then all you do is you just take some glue. So just, when I'm just using a glue stick, but you can use kind of any adhesive really, and you kind of get your little shape that you want to use, get your glue, and then you just stick it on, and you just, you don't want to see my finger, you just hold it in place for just a few seconds so that it actually stays, and then that's it. So once you've stuck all your little bits and pieces on your little tree, you end up with your tree that looks like this. And then you can make them in different sizes, so different depending on the size of the book you use. So It's obviously a smaller book. Bit of a smaller book. You've got it sort of slightly different size. With your magazines, again, I've got this is like the one I had today, which is just from a little catalogue. And then I've also got a big magazine I used, which is here. A very good picture on the page. You can kind of group them together, and that's really how you make your trees. So I hope that's been helpful for you, and feel free to share any pictures. I love seeing everything that you make, and have some fun this Christmas. Thank you. Bye.